Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Brad Smith. For those of you who don't know who I am and what this channel is about, um, I'm part of the Techbud Solutions trading group. I am the subgroup, which is OTCs. We specifically talk about over-the-counter stocks here, and that is what OTC stands for. This is going to be a little bit different video than maybe some of you have already seen. I kind of want to take a little bit of a step back. We've got a lot of new members, so I kind of just want to backtrack a little bit and kind of let them all know what OTCs are, where to find this type of news to see gains and stuff like that. If you notice here on my screen, this is a screenshot of one of our group members, and I just kind of wanted to share the success story and how he got to this. This is I don't know if I really want to blow up his spot. If he would like me to, I'll go ahead and put his name in the comments or whatever, maybe just his screen name in our group me. If you come to our group me chat, you'll figure out who he is real quick. But just to kind of give you an idea, this is his first ever trade. If you can see this on my screen, his first ever trade. And if you can see this $28,434.36 that he's made on his first ever trade, is 579.86%. That's what OTCs can do for you. They can also burn you. But the purpose of our group is to not have that happen. We are a group that is looking to help each other succeed, share each other's best practices as well as mistakes in order to, kind of promote growth and just success. We just want to see everybody win, including just everybody. Anyway, like I said, I wanted to backtrack a little bit and kind of take you step by step on how he got here and how we've all been able to, capitalize on, being in our group. And so just wanted to take you step by step here. First of all, what are OTCs? OTC stands for over the counter. And basically what I want to show you is one of the over-the-counter stocks that we played today. I actually called about, I would say maybe Tuesday or Wednesday of last week. I told everybody to put it on their watch list. And this is what it did for us. Last week, a lot of folks got in around 16.0016. And so that's what you'll see with a lot of these OTCs. They're going to be selling at a very, very low price. Oftentimes, it's nothing to buy these stocks, 1 million or 2 million, even 3 million shares at a time. Doesn't really cost you a whole lot of money. I mean, you could buy 2 million shares of something at 0.0005 cents per share for $1,000. Having said that, there's a lot of volatility involved with OTC stocks, so they can be, dangerous in a sense that if you're not careful, you could lose a lot. Obviously, there's that potential to gain a lot, like we've seen, and there's a potential to lose a lot. So, one thing that I like to tell everybody when they want to get into OTCs is that they want to make sure that they have enough capital to be able to diversify their portfolio instead of just throwing all of their money into one particular stock. This isn't the type of trading that we do, say that Ricky would do when he just invests in one particular stock because he sees that potential. It's very analytical, and he goes after that 2 to 5, maybe even 10% gain, identifies supports and resistances, and that's how he makes his trade. We do it a little bit different in OTCs. At least I do, and I share those practices with in the Techbud Solutions OTC group. I kind of take a little bit of everything. You look at your technical analysis. Oftentimes I use that primarily to just kind of buy in on the dips. But there is something to be said for doing technical analysis before you purchase a stock. The other thing is, when you're looking for news, it's pretty difficult to find news on these stocks. And what I would like to show you here is that when you go to find news for OTC stocks, you want to go to this website here, and that's otcmarkets.com. This is part of your due diligence. You want to go in here and look at otcmarkets.com. If you're looking for a specific stock, you would type it in this search bar here. And I already did this for FRZT. I knew that FRZT was going to be a big mover only because of the way that it moved when it first announced its Garfield Go app. You know, everybody thought it was going to be this big thing, kind of like Pokemon Go. And I looked it up. There's about 10,000 downloads for this app. Not a huge deal, but everybody thought it was going to be. So it went crazy when they announced that. So it's always kind of been on my radar since then. And the reason why I called it out last week was because I went into this website. Now, this is a website, a platform specifically for OTC markets. And so this is investorshub.com. What I did, I go to investorshub.com. You can create a free profile. It doesn't cost anything. You would pay extra for, level 2 stuff and whatever else, which we'll get into later about what level 2 is in another video. But basically, I just wanted to show you, if you go into and create an account, it doesn't cost anything. I just went into the hot tab and breakout boards, and I found, as soon as it comes back up, anyway, I found FRZT there. And what this is, it's basically, people will, announce potential news and that sort of thing. So you go to FRZT here, it's in the top 10. Whenever I look for a stock, I usually try to see if it's in the top 10 of breakout boards, because these are the boards that are being most talked about. So these are the top 10 here that are being most talked about. So I went into FRZT because I knew that it was something that I wanted to go after. And so basically, if you go in here, and it could be any stock that you want in iHub 2, as much like the OTC Markets website, it gives you news and breakdowns on information about the company and that sort of thing. You can see here the Garfield garbage that's all over this thing. And so if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, this is where everybody who has accounts here will talk about the stock specifically. So if you're looking for something specific about the stock that everybody's kind of talking about, this is where you want to go. And so I also want to caution you here, though, too, because these are all opinions of everyday Joe Schmo traders. There are ones on here that know exactly what they're talking about. Those people usually and typically have a lot of followers. So those are the ones that you want to pay attention to, because there are a lot of people that like to hype it up and really blow up a stock. So, you're going to use your own discretion here as well. The other thing is that we have, our group within the Techbuds Solutions group, OTC Chats, and I'll put the link to the description down in this video. So this is it. This is basically the 3 tools that you'll use when basically doing your due diligence on OTC stocks. You'll go into iHub here, create an account, and this is the easiest way to do it. Obviously, there's plenty of other ways to do it. I'm just showing you what I do and how I do my due diligence and how I look through things to determine if this is a decent stock to buy. I have about 5 to 10 stocks or positions is what I would suggest you would have if you're looking to trade in this specific market. Only because we get these stock picks right most of the time. Sometimes we don't. So if you're diversified, one of those stocks that we might be wrong about might lose you a little bit of money. But the idea is the ones that we are right on will make up for more than that. And that's why I wanted to kind of emphasize here about this guy who won big on this one. It turned $5,000 and has $28,000 gain on it, and it just goes to show the potential here in OTCs. It scares a lot of people away, and I'll be the first one to tell you it's not for everybody. I'm telling you have to do this. All of this stuff is my opinion. I'm just kind of showing you what I do and what I go through, and it seems to have worked for a lot of folks. And basically, the point of this video was just to show you guys this, especially if you're beginning, and we have a lot of new people starting up. I didn't want to be all fancy with this one and be a little bit lax. I wanted to kind of be straight and to the point, just to kind of go over some key things when you're trading OTCs and what to look for, because it's important. It's important to know what you're trading and not just go off of what anybody else is saying, not to go off of what I'm saying. I will make call outs specifically throughout the day within the chat group, but I don't want, just because I make that call out, for you to buy into that just because I called it out. That's not how this works. You need to do your own due diligence. You need to be aware or be confident in what you are trading in and know what you're trading in. I look up information on the stock before I buy it. A good prime example of this would be FRZT. I know that they're a software company. They've built apps. They had this Garfield app that I knew about, and I went into OTC, or I went to iHub here rather, saw that there was going to be potential breakout news coming, and so I called it out last week when I saw that. And so everybody did their own due diligence. Once I found out about the merger, and that's what really caused this to spike last night, after market closed, they announced a merger, and this morning it did this. It went all the way up, and about, I think it was almost 80 or 90% that it went up. And a lot of people got in early when I called it, because they did their own due diligence, not because I told them to get into it. I just try to do what I can to help you guys, but I'm not here to hold your hand. I want you to succeed. I want us all to succeed, but I want us to all succeed on our own, as well as together. I want us to be able to share our successes, and I want us to be able to lift each other up when we might make a mistake. I want us to also share those mistakes so nobody else makes those. I, last week shared a mistake that I made on TONR. We thought that it was going to be a big deal. Turned out that it just fell flat, and really it ended up going down in price. Some people, as well as myself, lost out on that one. So there's also a risk tolerance you're going to have here with OTCs. It's not something that's always cut and dry, but it's something that I love because of the volatility. When something's going up 500-600%, it's a huge rush for me. I really enjoy it, and it just, I don't know. It's just something that I've found a lot of success in so far, and something that I'm still learning. And I think you're always learning when it comes to trading, and especially in this type of market where anything can happen, sort of thing. And it's just so volatile, which is good and bad, but I see more good in it than bad, just because of the success that I've seen and the success that I've been able to share with others, and share in their success as well. Basically, that's all I wanted to go over tonight. If you have any more questions, please leave some comments in this video, and I read all the comments. I want to let you know that I read every comment and I reply to them as much as I can. So if you have questions, if there's any topics you want me to cover in future videos, I'd be happy to do that. I just want to let you guys know that I'm here to help you the best that I can. Also want to let you know that I don't know everything. I might not know the answer to a question that you're asking, but I will find that out. And we have some really good traders in our group as well. And they've been able to answer a lot of questions that sometimes I won't. Sometimes they find stocks and they call them out that I don't call out, and they win big. Well, a huge one is BVTK, that our one trader traded. I honestly was afraid to get into BVTK because of the amount of outstanding shares. It was very bloated, and it's just something that I don't get into. But he saw the potential here, and he went for it. He did his own due diligence and called it out, and had made his very first trade, and it paid off big for him because he followed the steps. He did his own due diligence. He did his own research, did his own homework, was confident in what he was trading in, and knew what he was trading. Something that I really want you all to understand and recognize. And so, because there may be a time where we're not there to answer the question, and you could be missing out on the stock. But had you done it yourself, it may have paid off for you. So I want you to be able to do it on your own. And we're here to support you. We're here to help you in every way that we can. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for being along for this ride. So far, it's been great. We've hit a couple of snags here within the last day or two. I don't want anybody thinking that I'm just like this big pumper, or that I'm blowing up some kind of stock just to get you all to buy in on it. I'm not about that at all. I just want us all to succeed. I want us all to be able to do this on a full-time basis, if that's really what you want to do. Personally, I'd love to do this on a full-time basis. I would like to be able to just quit my job and, I don't know, sip some kind of fruity drink with an umbrella as I'm doing this all day long. And so that's what I want for all of you. And I think we can get there if we all work together. And yeah, so if you like this video, if you want to keep following me, if you like our group, please join our group. Again, I'll put the link of the description in our group, of our group in the description. And please give me a subscribe. I appreciate everything you guys do within our group, and I appreciate you taking the time to just watch this video. It means a lot to me. And look forward to some really good content and some extra stuff in the future. All right? B. Smith, out.